fight, Matt Hughes, the legend, goes up against Josh Koscheck. Here are the stats. Matt Hughes is 48 wins, 8 losses, 5'9", and he's 170 pounds.
Over here on Josh Koscheck, he's got over here for the nickname KOS. And for the record, he's got 17 wins and 5 losses. Height is 5 feet and 10 inches, ladies and gentlemen, with a weight of 170. Let's move on.
Rene, you know what, man? Actually, I think we should have started off this show with that song, I Look Good, I Look Good, I Look Good.
Yeah, that's right.
But anyway, because we do.
We do,
like changing it up a little bit.
Yes.
Guys, Matt Hughes versus Josh Koscheck. Josh Koscheck claims that he has been calling out Matt Hughes for the longest time. He's asked for this fight for a long time, and then he even recently said that he doesn't know why. If he called Matt Hughes out, he's saying, in other words, that Matt Hughes has so many excuses for it, and so does the UFC. Dana White said that he never talked to Matt Hughes about it. Matt Hughes said that he was never asked about it, he never knew about it. But Josh Koscheck said that, hey, I made, like after a fight, they were interviewing me, and I said I wanted to fight you. So how could you say that that you didn't know anything about it when I said that? I'll tell you why, Josh Koscheck. Matt Hughes claims he doesn't watch fights. I guess if he's not on it, he's not watching it. And he has said that, by the way.
That's unorthodox.
It's a little weird. I think it's a little weird. It's like saying like when those people say that the belt doesn't mean shit to them. When it's one of those damn sayings. Like, I don't get that, man.
Like,
everybody fights for the belt.
And not caring?
Yeah, it's something like that. Exactly.
That is weird. That's why I don't really like that nigga. Like
Matt Hughes has said that he never watches fights on his own time. Yet he's a fighter, and he's look how many fights he's had. Although he does say that his wife does enjoy the paychecks, so maybe he does it more for that. However, guys, a very interesting note in this fight, by the way, is that his wife does want him to retire. This is his last fight on his contract. He wants to go out with a win. If he doesn't go out with a win, then there's more likely the chance that he will not come back. Or if he doesn't get this win, he probably won't be coming back. But if he does win, he might want to have another fight. And he just says the belt doesn't... Here's another quote. Here's another one of those sayings. He's saying that he's not going for the belt. The belt's not important to him. He just wants to fight interesting fights after this, if he gets past Josh Koscheck.
If Matt Hughes does end up leaving, I will miss him. I think he was a great fighter. Has always been, and will be.
Classic fights.
Yeah.
How can you not forget the slam on the comeback fight against Frank Trigg, man?
Oh yeah.
That one's definitely stays in mind, and he was the most dominant welterweight champion. George St. Pierre still hasn't surpassed how many times Matt Hughes has successfully defended that welterweight championship.
And the slam he did on the Rodin.
Yeah, Carlos Newton.
That was good
with the triangle.
Damn right.
Many people think that he just he was just choked out, and then so. He just, he couldn't hold up Carlos Newton anymore, and ended up going down, and
really?
It looked like a slam. A lot of people think so, because dude, after that fight, you can see that Matt Hughes is not celebrating. It takes him like 30 seconds later or a minute later to finally go like this, and then he jumps on the cage and he starts celebrating. So, nothing away from Matt Hughes, man. I do like the guy. Believe me, he's had legendary fights. This should be a great fight, guys. Man, Hughes has not been looking the same. John Jones said something at the press conference the other day, which is true. He said that as you get older, you cannot take as many hard punches like you used to. Matt Hughes proved that when BJ Penn beat him in Detroit not too long ago when it was Rampage versus Machida. And he got knocked out in the first round real quick. Like a left hook or something. And Josh Koscheck throws bombs, guys. He throws bombs to kill you.
Knock you out fairly.
But I don't know. Matt Hughes, you never know with this guy. You never know. If he comes the one that fought Renzo Gracie, or if he comes like the one that fought Ricardo Almeida, if he's more aggressive. I mean, these guys are two wrestlers too, Rene. So
I honestly think I'm gonna get this wrong, Joey. I'm gonna have to go with it's gonna go to the decision. But I'm only saying this because I'm hoping it ends in 1, 2, or 3 rounds. I'm hoping I'm jinxing myself. I'm saying decision because I'm hoping it doesn't go to decision. But I'm gonna say it.
I'm hoping it does. I'd like to see a long fight. I'm hoping it does go to a decision. I would like to see this fight go on because, to be honest, my gut is telling me, from what gut I have, is telling me that Josh Koscheck is going to knock him out in the first round.
I think Matt's going to fuck him up.
Really?
I really do, because I think he's going to out-wrestle him, and he's going to fucking, like...
It's interesting, man. And it's tonight, guys.
Both great wrestlers.
It's tonight.
I can't wait. This
is going to be very exciting, because you never know. I mean, are they going to wrestle each other? Are they going to strike with each other? If they strike with each other, I'm sorry, but Matt Hughes is not the best striker. And then he's going to try taking him down. Will he be able to take down Josh Koscheck? A guy who's very strong and one of the few guys to ever able to take down George St. Pierre. That's not an easy feat. So, guys, this is interesting, and I have to go with. I'm gonna have to choose Josh Koscheck. I hope I'm proven wrong. I hope it goes, longer. I hope it goes for 3 rounds. And actually, I'm going for. I'll even tell you right now. I like Josh Koscheck, but I'm going for Matt Hughes just because it's his last fight on the contract, and I don't want him to go out in a loss. But I can see Koscheck winning this fight in the first round. If not, guys, watch out. Because you can only avoid those punches for so long. And he learned. I mean, after his loss against George St. Pierre with all those jabs, he learns, man. He learns, and he always evolves, Rene. This guy used to just take people down and beat them up or submit them. Mm-hmm. Now he's knocking people out.
You're right.
That's the mark of a guy who doesn't settle for just, holding these kind of talents. You know what I mean? Right. Like, he wants to evolve. He wants to get better. He improves.
Exactly.
So what do you think?
I think I'm going to go with Matt Hughes. And I'm assuming he's going to win by decision. Hopefully he does. What I really want is third round, someone gets knocked out at least. But I am rooting for Matt Hughes. Josh Koscheck's cool. I'm not one of those guys who hate him in the show and still hate him to this day. I think he's great. His hair is awesome. If I find out it's actually not natural, I'll be hurt. Honest, there'll be tears.
Well, I can see you did not dye your hair blonde for this fight, so apparently you're not going for Josh Koscheck, or you're not that big of a fan.
My hair would have been blonde if Tito would have won that one fight, but he did not win that fight. So,
would have you have shaved it and blonde and dyed it blonde?
I probably would have gone with that too.
And done the Gravedigger on her?
Oh yeah, damn.
You would have done
that? Absolutely, I would have done it.
But you're not going to dye your hair for Josh Koscheck?
Absolutely not.
So you're going for Matt Hughes?
I'm going for Matt Hughes. If anything, I might wear a country hat. Maybe some overalls when I watch it.
Some cowboy boots.
And maybe watch it with Bobby.
Put on another one of those shows. All right. Next fight up, guys, is our main event of the evening. We have Rampage Jackson going up against...
Well, this does not win fight of the night.
John Jones
wins the I guess, what do you call this, man? Look at the different photos they got here.
Yeah, they do.
The
John Jones photo's a little bit old, and I'm sure the Rampage one is too. This is John Jones versus Rampage Jackson. John Jones, Bones. No, I wasn't going to say Bones somebody. He's 13 wins, 1 loss, and that 1 loss was only because he got disqualified for throwing a downward elbow on Matt Hamill. So it's 13-1. He's 6'4", 205. He has the greatest reach, Rene.
Right.
The longest reach in UFC history.
Yeah. All right, and well, here we go. Jackson, on his review, he's got for the records 32 wins, 8 losses, and 0 decisions. On the height, he's got 6 feet and 1 inches. And then on the weight, he's got 205 pounds.
All right, so we got that fight now. The main event, guys. Now,
pounds.
First of all, guys, Rampage Jackson is a underdog in this fight again.
What?
But he says that's the way he likes it. Did that happen? But it did.
What I want to know.
That's what I want.
But we want to know. How's the underdog?
You want to know how it happened? It's because people, they forget. They forget, especially with the latest performances he's had. I mean, his last fight was against Matt Hamill. He couldn't knock out Matt Hamill. Yet he's saying that he's going to knock out John Jones. He's saying that I'm going to get in there. He has a reach, yes. I'm not worried about fancy spinning elbows. I'm not worried about any of those fancy things that John Jones likes to do. I'll take them and I'll come in and I'll connect. And I guarantee you, he says that if he connects, that John Jones will be going out. He is an underdog, though.